All right. Bonsoir, Ani, and good evening, everyone. And it's lovely to see again people in the audience. Um, Once again, I hope that this continues forever and ever because we like it when there's people here, even when you're mad. Um, so I'd like to begin the meeting by acknowledging that we are in the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe peoples in the Robinson-Huron Treaty Area and wish to recognize the neighboring community of Dokis First Nation. While we meet today, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the lands which we call home. We do this to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility in improving relationships between nations and improving our own understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their cultures. From coast to coast, we acknowledge the ancestral and unceded territory of all the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations people that call this land home. And with that, I need a resolution to adopt the agenda. Renee and Dave, all those in favor? Thank you. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest tonight? Seeing none. There are no delegations tonight. Okay, so let's go to reports. The first report we have under 6.1 general government is to adopt bylaw to enter the municipal capital housing facility with French River Non-for-Profit Housing Corporation. So Mark, you're going to speak to it?
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. Just a brief explanation. The agreement is between the Non-for-Profit Housing Corporation, which is in charge of operating the new seniors housing project that we see beside us. And basically lays out that the municipality's commitment would be to be the guarantor of the financing for the property, that we would transfer legal property to the non-for-profit group. And then prior to executing the guarantee documents, that the French River Housing would enter into a joint oversight agreement, which is on the agenda this evening, which basically lays out the reporting relationship between the non-for-profit and the municipality to ensure that there's representation from the municipal council on the French River Housing Board of Directors and access to the housing's cash reserve fund. Basically, and as this is signed and meets the pursuant to section of the Municipal Act, would exempt the property from taxation for municipal and education purposes, renewable after a length of 10 years for a potential extension of 5 years. And it was written that way to give them an opportunity to generate their cash flows over a 10-year period, then reevaluate at that time to see if it's really needed to continue for an additional 5 years or they can survive without the taxation at that point in time.
Thank you. Any questions?
Well,
Renee?
not questions, but what are the implications if they're zoned that way? Is it going to be hard for them to get out of that zone? Should we decide to switch down the road?
I don't understand.
Well, you said they're going to be institution.
No, they're residential. We're just exempting them from taxes.
Oh, okay. I
Under-
thought you were changing the zoning of it to
No.
represent. Okay. Good.
Other questions? Then I need a mover and a seconder. Moved by Dean, seconded by Willie.
Is moved and seconded, be it resolved that bylaw 2025-41, being a bylaw to enter into a municipal capital housing facility agreement with French River Non-Profit Housing Corporation, be read at first, second, and third time and finally passed.
All those in favor? Thank you. So 6.1.2, this resolution is to enter into an agreement for oversight of the project. So Mark, again?
Very quick synopsis. It basically outlines the reporting relationship and how the board reports back to the municipality. It also provides instances of insurance is provided. Again, it talks about the representation on the board and also asks on quarterly reporting, and also a clause in terms of should the non-for-profit default on any of the terms of the oversight agreement, that it would fall back to the municipality going forward. So it's basically an agreement to put into place to ensure the viability of the non-for-profit board, to keep an eye on the fiscal operations to ensure the municipality is protected because we are the guarantor of the loan.
Any questions? Seeing none, I need a mover and a second. Dave and Dean?
Moved and seconded, be resolved that bylaw 2025-42, being a bylaw to enter into an oversight agreement with French River Nonprofit Housing Corporation, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. Moving on to finance. We have the pleasure of appointing our new treasurer. Is Julie here today? She's going to make it today. Okay. So I need a mover and a seconder to approve. Bob and Roger?
Moved and seconded, be resolved that bylaw 2025-46, being a bylaw to appoint a treasurer, which is Julie Allen, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed.
Thank you. All those in favor? Okay. And with that comes the signing authority. So we need a resolution to appoint the signing authorities. So I need a mover and a seconder. Renee and Roger?
Moved and seconded, be it resolved that council affirms that the following 2 members of council and 3 employees are the signing authorities for the municipality of French River as of November 3rd, 2025. Mayor Gisèle Pajot, Councillor René Carrier, Marc Gagnon, CAO, Julie Allen, Treasurer, and Mélanie Bouffard, Clerk. And that the signing authority for Marc Fleury be revoked. So all this is only official on November 3rd.
November 3rd. Okay. All those in favor? Thank you. Madam Clerk, if I'm going too fast, you let me know. I see you clicking, so click, click, click. All right, let's go to 6.3. We have Martin online with us tonight, and it's a resolution to award the contract for Montague culvert lining.
Good
Okay,
evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
I think he's coming on.
Can you hear me?
Can we hear him?
Oh,
Speak a
no.
little louder.
It's very muffled, Martin.
Okay. Trying my best. Give me 1 second. I just gotta figure out my settings here.
That was better, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll try like this. Good evening, everyone. So before you, you have the report to award the Montague culvert lining. So the goal of this proposal was to line one of the culverts on Montague. So this is our large box culvert that is near Highway 528. So what we've been having issues with over the last few years that we've identified in our OSIM reports, which is our Ontario Structure Inspections done by Stantec, that there's a few cracks that we have seen over the last 12, 13 years, and we would like to get those repaired. So that, and I would also put in an anti-corrosion rubberized liner just to help with the concrete from eroding over the next 20, 30, 40 years. So we're looking at putting about an inch of rubberized liner to help keep the culvert alive for at least an additional 25 years. In comparison, the cost to replace one of these culverts is roughly 1.5 million. So if we can extend the life of this culvert by at least another 25 years for a fraction of the cost, that is what we are looking to do. Also, in case I haven't been very specific on the following, the culvert is not failing in any way, shape, or form. We just want to help elongate the life of the culvert. That's the intent of this project. So before you, 4 companies have bid on this proposal. And unfortunately, only one company actually met the requirements, which was Clearwater Municipal Services, Inc. for $329,452. The original budget for this job was $300,000, but that 300,000 is included in the $800,000 for the total capital project of Monteguere. And the construction work on that job is roughly at about $400,000 right now. So altogether, we are still under budget if we pick Clearwater Municipal Services. If anybody has any comments or questions, I am here.
Any questions for Martin? Seeing none, I need a mover and a seconder. Willie and Dean.
It is moved and seconded. Be resolved that council awards the contract for the rehabilitation of Monteguere Culvert to Clearwater Municipal Services, Inc. for the amount of $329,452 plus applicable taxes.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. We move now to 6.3.2. We have a resolution to award the contract for the wood grinding at the landfill site. And I believe, Kevin, you're going to speak to it.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. Like you said, we're here for the results for the wood grinding at the Nuevo landfill. The Nuevo landfill utilizes wood grinding services annually. The waste is then converted into wood chips and we use it for cover over the winter months. One company met the requirements, Sittler Grinding Inc. at $24,535. We have used them in the past. They have been a reliable company to work with. Recommendation is council award the contract for wood grinding services at the Nuevo landfill to Sittler Grinding for the amount of $24,535.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, I need a mover and a seconder. Bob and Dave.
Moved and seconded that be it resolved that council awards the contract for the wood grinding services at the Nuevo landfill to Sittler Grinding for the amount of $24,535 plus applicable taxes.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. All right. You have in your reports, your quarterly report for operations and fleet services. So that's there for information. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. And now I'd like to move to 6.3.4. In your package, you received both information report with regards to the proposal for the waste management options and presented by Trout Lake Campers Association and AL and at the council meeting. And we do have that report in your package, as well as you've received another report from Jacques Campeau with that. So this will acknowledge the receipt of those two reports for council. And now I'd like to move to 6.3.5. First thing that we need to discuss, and Kevin, you need to bring us up to date on the certificates because of the changes that we are going to be proposing.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. This is just a general, the waste management operations of where we sit with the amendment or the ECA. So a bit of a background: on February 7th, 2024, council adopted the controlled transfer stations as a waste management operations solution going forward, as presented on January 24th, 2024. This option entails relocating the Albin site behind the community center and fencing it in as the same as the Nuevo site. This option originally was considered as control sites with RJ 250 compactable bins, meaning having an attendant on site to avoid misuse to verified proof of residency, types of waste and volumes, and monitor the compacting bins. The amended and final resolution does not include an attendant, therefore no longer considered controlled, resulting in other appropriate bin options to be explored. The final resolution was 2024-26. I don't think I need to read through that. Everybody knows that. Following the direction, staff started with the consultation with the Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Parks, the MECP, for the amendment to the ECA to implement the chosen waste management solution. Pre-consultation meetings were initiated with ministry staff March 14, 2024, with the application being submitted in May 2024. A delegation was held by the mayor with the minister at the 2025 AMO conference to address the time it was taking to receive the approval. As promised by the minister's staff, the draft approval was received therefore before the end of September 2025. Staff had advised council that the last bullet of the resolution, when preparing the request for proposals for the contracting out of the Noelville and Alvin waste management transfer sites, that the cost for each of renting, leasing, and purchasing the appropriate equipment be included as options for consideration and report back to council with the results. This could not start before receiving the approval from the ministry. So we are now in a position to move forward as directed by its original decision on February 7th, 2024. The draft ECA as received authorizes 2 compacting depots equipped with 40-yard compactors, one at the Municipal Public Service Yard in Noelville, and one located behind the Alvin Community Center. These compacting systems replace the current haul-all bin setup and represent the final configuration envisioned under council's 2024 direction. Since that time, council has requested that staff explore costing scenarios, including possible continuation of haul-all bins, FEL style, front load style bins, and extensions of the Shaw Road site, neither of which are included in the current ECA application. To ensure that the approval proceeding to the ministry reflects council's final intent, staff have requested a 30-day extension from the MECP to submit our questions and feedback. Ministry staff informed us that they would only grant the extension to October 17th, 2025. So that's 2 days from now. They further indicated that if anything other than minor changes are proposed, then it may be better to move forward with a new draft and submit a further application for another amendment. So it would be a restart pretty much. The extension period provides council to opportunity to confirm whether to proceed with the compacting depot model outlined in the draft approval, or to modify the scope of the system to include other options. Staff will require clear direction with this time frame so that the municipality can finalize its comments to the ministry and maintain the current approval schedule, or go back to reapply with a new C of A amendment.
Thank you, Kevin. So now we find ourselves, because we would like to add Shaw Road to it, we need a resolution to tell me again how to do it. We have to, this C of A cannot go through if we're going to add Shaw Road to it, correct?
Yes, through you, Madam Mayor. So that would be a major change. So
Yes,
if we provide comments back on this, we're pretty much going to the 2 compacting bin sites. If that's the way we're gonna go. If Shaw Road is like you're looking at adding something large like that to this, it would be a restart, like a resubmission.
Yeah.
So we would just run off the C of A we have now, because that's what we're
Correct.
using. And
correct.
we would resubmit to the ministry again
Correct.
with that, with like having a new, and then for going forward for that, it would be for Shaw Road again, like here, they won't accept just as is, they will want improvements. So it'll be
Yeah.
fencing,
Yeah,
security, all the stuff that we had to put forward to get the amendments. They don't like to see, they want to see positive change.
so let's do this process the correct way. So do we need to dissolve this one first and then talk about a new resolution to include Shaw Road with the addition, with the other stuff that we were talking about
So
Right.
we could reflect in the same
in
resolution,
the same? Okay.
the, I had a word today. It was disregarding.
Disregarding.
I was trying to think of it a while ago.
Yeah,
So disregarding the draft approval that was applied for the system originally,
right.
and have council direct staff on exactly what kind of system we want, because the ministry needs to know exactly what council intends to put in those sites.
Okay, fair enough. So that would all be in one resolution? Okay, so we can do that all in one resolution. So to dissolve and then reapply with including the Shaw Road. And then the resolution would include exactly where the transfer sites would be. Basically what we had mostly in February of 2024. And then the contracting out of the service of the 3 sites. And then about only containing household waste. We don't want any of the contractors and some of the campgrounds not putting their stuff in in any of the bins. And that the sites will be open Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays, and that they would be monitored by cameras, and we would have our staff, current staff, who already provide this type of service, and of course bylaw to assist us. And we'll continue with the same bylaw as we have with 2 bags a day. The landfill's open when the bins are closed, so there's no reason to do that. If you find yourself cleaning your entire house and you need to do something. And and then we'll have to put some language that adheres to MOE regulation, correct? Well, okay, where did I go wrong?
Through Madam Mayor, that's a lot to take in there. There are some things that need to be broken down. So again, in this resolution that was last passed was for compacting 40 yards.
Yeah,
So,
well, we're not looking at that now.
so that means so we're restarting the
Yeah.
waste, like we're just,
Yeah, we have a new resolution.
okay, so just to be like, so again, we're looking at power options and all, so we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board with a whole new system really here.
But
is what
you're
we're
only
doing.
looking at contracting out. Just
For the
through
hauling
contract.
or for
sorry?
owning the bins or like this is where for
Haul-
price
yeah,
models?
Well, if they're going to pick up the bins, they have to haul it somewhere, right?
Yes, I understand, but I'm saying just the haulage, but what about the ownership of the bin systems and that themselves?
But again, if we go through an RFP, would they not give us options of leasing bins? to
We
look
would
at
have to
leasing?
ask that. That's why I'm asking for
Yeah, I think it's in
council
here.
to direct that, not like we need clear direction on this. This can't be.
Okay, I think we have a resolution, maybe have yeah, take your time.
So
Yep.
I had simplified, so the motion that was adopted previously
Yes,
included the monitoring and all that. That's going to be important to address once council decides on a system.
right.
So I think this resolution needs to be clear on what the direction is to staff on what we're going to price out. So what I had kind of written a while ago is
Yeah,
to have a cost analysis to include the contracting of the haulage, because that council made it very clear that you don't want to purchase a truck. You want to contract out.
we
the
want to
hauling.
contract
So
out.
the hauling of picking up the waste from the
Yep.
bin site and bringing it to our landfill. We would do a comparison of cost between contracting and purchasing bins, because there's some companies that, similar to the compacting ones, they didn't want to lease them, they wanted us to purchase them, and all other associated costs.
Right,
So if we present council with options
yes.
that includes the monitoring, the whatever, then council
Yeah.
can decide on that.
No, I realize, yeah. I realize
So-
it's a lot of
Um,
work and research that needs to be done, and then it'll come back to council, and then from there, we'll pick which option.
Mhm.
In the meantime, we continue with what we have, correct?
Yes, through you, Madam Mayor. I just want to remind council that the last one took a year and a half to
Right.
pull together. So
Well, I'm
just-
hoping that MOE is not going to be as slow as the last time.
I'm not speaking to the C of A amendment. They
Okay.
might be a little faster this time because I'm saying the report took a year and a half to pull together for all the pricing. This stuff like it, and
Right.
again, with the Shaw Road bin site, there are other applications we have to do because now we have to go to the M&R as well.
That's right.
Because we're gonna have to move the site, so it's a new lease agreement. So there's other hurdles that we're gonna hop into
Yeah.
on this one for sure.
Completely understand it's not going to be done overnight. It's a long process.
I'm gonna add
But
this.
in the meantime, Shaw Road stays open, Albin stays open, and Noelville, under the current MOE, what do you, the certificate that we have.
Yeah, the ECA,
Correct?
yeah. So that's exactly it. We
Right.
keep operating as is. We'll do some modification to the sites, which we're planning to keep them going anyways, because we know that we're running past.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to fix some more of the bins up,
Yep,
get them back to standard to keep
Correct.
running, so.
yep.
Just added, 'cause-
What's-
When this all originally first came out with the MOE, what was the deadline date that this had to all be implemented it by?
There was
There
none.
was no date?
There was none.
I thought we had like 2025 or 20, or it was just for the recycling part of it. It was the
Recycling.
rates, okay.
Mhm.
Good.
So I just kept whatever was very important to council at the last, on the last resolution to clarify with staff and to the public that there's, like you mentioned a while ago, so the 2-bag limit, the fencing, the monitoring, monitored by cameras. That it'd be open, that it'd be fenced off and only open 3 days a week. That the bins would be designated for household waste only, that the recycling is still
Yeah.
pickup. And that you're adding Shaw Road.
And we're adding Shaw Road.
Okay, do you want me to,
Yeah, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
The way I'm looking at this is like if we keep going the way we are, right? And so everything that we've done so far is just gone, right? So we're restarting from scratch. We have to go back to the drawing board on everything, right? This is
Just
what-
MOE, just the certificate.
Well,
The other stuff has been sitting there and nothing was done until we got the MOE.
but we never really decided on what system we're doing for Shaw Road or. So
It'll
it's
be
all
the
gotta
same as
be-
Albin and Noelville.
A compacting bin.
No, we're not, no, not to do compacting bin. If we're going to contract it out, we're going to look at various options that we have for contracting out so that we don't have to have somebody there doing the bins because of the compactor. Because you can't, if you're going to have a compactor there, you have to have a person because it's not safe. And if you contract out, some of those trucks have some very good compacting, crushing, compacting, compression, whatever the hell they're called. Sorry. In the truck. So that's what we need to do. We would have had to do that anyway, because the February 2024 one said to do the same, basically the same thing. It's just that no RFP went out or anything like that. And then when Shaw Road came about, then we were adding Shaw Road. So that means MOE we have to contact MOE, get a new certificate to include Shaw Road. Staff is going to have to look at the situation over at Shaw Road with MNRF. Yes, sorry. Am I saying something wrong?
Yes, through you, Madam Mayor. Just a quick correction. Council needs to first tell me the system to run before going to the ministry. Because we need to show, they need to approve the system, they need to approve site security, volumes, all those, like, these are the things they need.
Right.
And just speaking towards the Compactors, that price we already have, so we're gonna show cost comparison with that. Compared to not compacting,
Right.
just so council can see how much haulage is gonna be.
Yeah.
Cause I know I've already ran those numbers a couple of years ago. I need updated numbers, but we're gonna still bring that to the table
Right.
with the compactor, so you can still see what it's gonna be, the differences, just so we're
That's
clear.
fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But I think what Dave was saying is that, we're starting from scratch again. Well, we're not, the only thing we're starting from scratch again is to get the certificate to include Shaw Road, because that was completely excluded. All the other stuff still had to be done. So instead of talking about Shaw Road tonight, we would have been talking about the direction as to what, because in the February 2024 resolution, it talked about contracting out the system. So we would have been having the discussion on what kind of contracting out, what kind of system we would have had. You would have just presented it to us.
Through you, Madam Mayor, it would have been the compacting bins, because that was the resolution for that system. And again, we're speaking to Shaw Road. Like you said, I don't think it's realistic to run compacting bins, so it'll have to be a hybrid system. Let's say you were doing compact in Albin, and then you can do different, like, we're gonna have to figure something out.
Yeah.
It's a unique place. There's no cell phone reception. There's no power. We're gonna have to think outside the box, but
Yeah.
but again, we're starting back to a new system that we're gonna have to develop for that, so.
Right. But I think it's going to be a good system at the end of the road.
End result is we are starting anew.
Yeah.
There will be information brought back to council on selecting the process that they wish to move forward with prior to submitting an application to the ministry for the new system, as Kevin is looking for direction for.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Dean,
When we go back to it, Mark, does that include having all the cost figures in front of us when making a decision?
That is our goal, to have those numbers in front of you to make the appropriate decision.
Thank you.
Mel. Yes, would you
Do
please?
you want me to read? So before you table it, I'm just
Yeah,
going to read it.
just read it,
And
yeah.
if there's any, so whereas council adopted a waste management solution on February 7th, 2024 for 2 transfer sites, Albin and Noelville, utilizing compacting bins. And whereas draft approval for that solution was received from the Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Parks on September 30th, 2025. And whereas in the last 3 months, much discussion has taken place and revisions to the original proposal need to be made. Therefore, be it resolved that council hereby agrees to disregard the draft approval received from MECP on September 30th and to pursue a new application. And be it further resolved that council directs staff to prepare and report back on a new waste bin system solution with the following parameters. So highlight listing that transfer site locations are Noelville, Albin, and Shaw. Cost analysis to include the contracting haulage services, a comparison of costs between contracting and purchasing bins, and all other associated costs, similar to what was reported in January 2024. Bin designated for household waste only, sites to be open Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, sites to be fenced and monitored by cameras, 2 bag limit per day per household as per the current waste management bylaw. And the bi-weekly curbside recycling collection shall continue, and that will consult with private entities because the Albin site was meant to be moved in the back, and we were going to pursue a land lease agreement. So consult with that private entity, MNRF for the land use permit that we have for Shaw, and MECP for just as we're moving along.
And what about monitoring? Because we had that before in the other one, monitoring by current staff who already service the transfer site and bylaw to ensure the waste management bylaws are being adhered to, that the sites may be monitored. So
That will be represented in the cost analysis. We're
That
going to
will-
give you scenarios.
Okay, okay. So this all includes Shaw Road and all the work that needs to be done. Correct? Do you need more direction, Kevin?
Through you, Madam Mayor, no, it's just, like I said, we just needed something to come back to you with, right? So, and then once that's, like you said, it has to go to council to agree on a system,
That's right.
then to the ministry. So it's a bunch of layers here that we gotta,
Yeah, that's okay.
and then RFP. So it's a while out. I'm just
Yeah.
letting everyone know. Like I was pretty honest, last time was about 2 year, and that's where we're sitting. It took longer than, it was at the end. I said 2 years, we're about 2 years. So.
Well, we're going to do it right. So. All right. Questions first? Because I'll, no. Okay, so I will, oh, sorry. Hi, Bob. Go ahead, Bob.
If I may, Madam Mayor, I don't think this is the perfect solution, but it's a solution. We have to go forward with this. Once we have figures, we'll be in tune to make maybe better decisions. Cost-wise, I know it'll fall into our budget deliberations. It won't please everyone, but we are here to work for the entire municipality, the majority of the municipality. I think this is a step forward, and I'm ready to move this motion.
Thank you, Bob. So we have a mover. Oh, sorry. Want to make sure follow all the right processes.
Okay, I just wanted to plop it into the system. Okay, so you're moving?
Mhm. Okay, I need a seconder, sorry. Willie?
Do you want me to reread it?
I
can.
think it's worth it. I
Okay.
think it's worth it. Yeah. It's been a long haul.
Okay, so it's duly moved and seconded, whereas the council adopted a waste management solution on February 7th, 2024 for 2 transfer sites, Albin and Noelville, utilizing compacting bins. Whereas draft approval for that solution was received from the Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Parks on September 30th, 2025. And whereas in the last 3 months, much discussion has taken place and revisions to the original proposal need to be made. Therefore, be it resolved that council hereby agrees to disregard the draft approval received from MECP on September 30th, 2025, and to pursue a new application. And be it further resolved that council directs staff to prepare and report back on a new waste bin system solution with the following perimeters. Transfer site locations are Noelville, Albin, and Shaw Road. Cost analysis to include the contracting of haulage services. A comparison of cost between contracting and purchasing bins and all other associated costs. I'm just fixing my little errors as I go.
Okay.
Bins designated for household waste only. Sites to be open Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Sites to be fenced and monitored by cameras. 2-bag limit per day per household as per the current waste management bylaw. Bi-weekly curbside recycling collection shall continue, and consult with private entities, MNRF and MECP.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? All those in favor? Oh, sorry.
Through you, Madam Mayor. Shaw Road has been a question mark over the last while. And I'm very glad that this has come through and that Shaw Road will be included in this project. And that way we can serve our residents properly. Shaw Road would have had a difficulty, or the people from that area would have difficulty getting rid of their trash. And that's when you see trash in a ditch and that. I'm very glad that Shaw Road is included. Thank you.
Oh, Dean?
I'm a little unclear as to what we're voting on tonight. I'm not sure whether we're voting to go ahead with a plan as been outlined, or whether we're looking to get more information before we make a final decision. Is that where we are?
We are voting to include Shaw Road.
Yeah,
Before we had only
that's
the
all right, yeah.
we're voting to also do the contracting out, and staff will be getting all the pricing for us ahead of time so that we can decide what kind of bin system contracted out that we want, that in accordance with our budget. And then we're voting on all the other stuff that we had agreed on in February 2024. So which, did I miss something? Okay,
Okay, thank you, Madam Mayor.
you're welcome. Any further questions? Oh, Willie.
Just a statement through you, Madam Mayor, just for you, Dean, my understanding is we've asked for more, we've asked for some information to come back that we can make an educated decision on and then go from there. That's what we're requesting right now.
That's right. For the system itself, but let me make it very clear, that system will include Shaw Road, where it did not before. Okay? Is that clear, everybody? Okay. Ready for the question? All those in favor? Opposed? Thank you. It's carried. Thank you. All right, let's move on to recreation and community services. We have Jason here. Yeah. Go ahead.
Through you,
Jason.
Madam Mayor. Third quarter report. I'll keep it short and I'm just going to give you some key highlights. We were going in from winter programming into summer programming. So library summer programming, library carnival barbecue, Canada Day celebrations, family ball tournament, and summer operations, and the start of winter operations at the same time.
Yeah,
Are there any questions?
it's been a busy few months, right, Jason?
Yes, it has.
Are there any questions for Jason? No? I know the seniors were looking forward to their skating. So glad that's back.
That starts tomorrow.
Starts tomorrow. There you go. Yeah. All right. Any questions for Jason? Seeing none? There is no emergency protection services report. We'll move on to 6.6, building planning and development. Quarterly report is included in your package. Andrea's not here today. Okay, if you have any questions for Andrea or comments, please feel free to do so. Under item 7.1, it's the FNUM urging immediate action to keep cap paper operating, and our representative from FNUM is here. So Renee, maybe you can speak to it.
We had our FNUM meeting last Friday. FNUM has sent letters just urging that the governments, federal and provincial, work together to help the Kapuskasing paper mill. That affects about, I believe, 2,500 jobs in the area of Kapuskasing, which is huge for their community. But it also boils down to that it also affects all our small mills around that depend on mills like Kapuskasing to accept our wood chips. Because, you know, when you need those paper mills for the waste of the chips, they make the paper from that. And it also creates a lot of jobs. So FNUM has reached out to both different ministers for them to start working together and help out the wood industry, because in Northern Ontario, there's quite a few mills that have shut down. And we have seen our mills here in our area have seen the impact. And with all the new tariffs and stuff going on, it really it's hard for these mills to stay open and stay running. And I know for our area to lose 2 mills, if it would come down to that, I mean, you're looking at least 50 jobs in the area, right? just from that. And we know how that, topples down the chain. So they are on top of that. And I believe there has been some talks for the Kapuskasing paper mill to start up again slowly. So the talks have started, so which is good for the area. We do have a new president, Dave Plud. I always have a hard time with his name, who is the current mayor of Kapuskasing. He is the new president of our FNUM board. And our new vice president is Nancy Horward from North Bay. So that was we talked about that. They talked about bail reform, how the government is really looking into it. We've seen a lot of talks on the news and stuff that finally, after all the efforts of FNUM and pushing them, that they are revisiting the chain there. So that was really good to see. So that's about it for that.
Thank you. Any questions for Renee? Okay. Then let's move on to the consent agenda. I need a resolution to adopt the items contained in the consent agenda. Dean, and seconded by Willie. Although, oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, it's easy.
Be it resolved that council approves the items of the consent agenda under section 8.1 and 8.4 and receives the items under section 8.2.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. There are no notices of motion. And so we go to announcements, and I will start with Roger today.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. There's a lot of changes coming into this area through even what we've talked about today. And what Councillor Renee mentioned, FNUM is doing a very, very good job, very strong, and we have to back them up. Kapuskasing has to stay open for the benefit of French River even, and surrounding areas. Otherwise, the mills here are gonna pay the price if Cap closes. Right, thank you.
Bob.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Our seniors board, we have a meeting tomorrow for the board members not to forget. 1:30, we have a heavy agenda. We'll be finalizing, probably approving financing. We're looking at furnishing the boardroom. We're getting new tenants, little works that we have to deal with, but everything is going out. And I would invite the public that's here tonight, for those of you that have not visited our seniors complex, you can go and just drive around and take a look. You'll be impressed. Everybody that's moved in so far are happy, they're impressed. I'm almost scared to go there now because I leave, I'm bloated with coffee. So anyway, that is working very well. Just a comment regarding garbage. That complex, we contract our garbage out. We have our bins. We pay our contractor to haul the garbage out for the seniors. Even though this is municipally funded, we're not getting a freebie there.
No.
Okay. One more thing. Hunting season. For those of you going out in the bush, enjoy, be safe. That is it. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Well, I'll come back to you, Roger.
I have nothing to add. Thank you.
Roger.
Bob, you were talking about decorations and you're going moose hunting. How about a moose head in that room?
Yeah, right. We'll see about that. Okay, Dean?
I'd just like to sort of publicly comment on the concern that I have and I think more than just myself, on the low water conditions in the river. We're seeing a situation where many the cottage owners and homeowners take water from the river, and pipelines go into the river based on much higher water levels in the fall and winter. And I'm concerned with where it is now, if we don't get more water, that we could have real problems with getting water if we have it freeze up in any of the beach concerns or where the water lines are going into the river with the water so low. I think that I have spoken with our CAO, and I think we're going to be contacting the people that are operating the dams to see if we can get them to time the reduction of the lake more in concern with freeze up time, so that we would have more water in the river at that time. I guess I'm hoping for the best. That's all I have to say, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Dave,
I have nothing to add. Thank you.
Lenny?
I don't have anything to add. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. The weather's been beautiful, so we'll take it, but we're hoping for some rain. And the MCTV did a great job with your presentation. It was nice to see you on the news again last night. So you're very photogenic. That's about it for me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, well, I too was thankful for the MCTV for showing the entire documentary, not just a snippet, and it did well, and it had a lot of views, and it's up on YouTube. So if somebody wants to watch it, you can just upload it on YouTube. But my only announcement tonight is I have to let everybody know that today is Mark's last council meeting with us, our treasurer. He is taking his retirement. So yeah, so I have a little something prepared for you. So tonight we celebrate someone who has truly made a lasting mark on the municipality of French River. It took us years to get to find the right person for the role of treasurer. And when Mark Flutie came along, we struck gold. From the very beginning, his competence, professionalism, and steady guidance gave council and staff the confidence to make sound financial decisions. As a treasurer, you simply couldn't ask for anybody better. Mark's work was meticulous, his integrity beyond question, and his dedication unwavering. But beyond the spreadsheets and the budget, what we'll miss most is his unique and sometimes mysterious sense of humor. It took me about 6 months to figure out if he was joking or being serious, until I finally caught on that telltale twinkle in his eyes, which you have right now. From then on, I knew we were in good hands and in good company. We're heartbroken to see you go, Mark, but so proud that you're taking a well-deserved retirement. On behalf of council and staff and the entire community, thank you for everything you have done for French River. We'll miss your wisdom, your mischievous sparkle, but more than you will ever know. But we do have a little something for you. So Dave and Renee, can you get that? Can you come up? Come on up, come on up. So this is a gift on behalf of council. Now don't throw it away. I know it's big. You're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you for everything you have done for us. Thank you. He doesn't know what to do with it. There we go. Yeah. And the basket was created by Ren's Place and support our local merchants. So thank you, Renee, for putting that together for us. And now it is inquiries time. If any members of the public has anything to say, please go to the microphone. You'll have to turn on the microphone. Press the button and your name and your address.
My name is Michelle Stewart. I'm the president of Trout Lake Campers Association. My address is 1513A Owl's Nest Road. I want to thank council tonight for coming together to make a very positive decision for our community. I want to thank staff. There's been a lot of work. I also want to say that we are here to assist if there's anything that we can do. I think we've put a good group of people together with a lot of expertise. We're happy to help and support with anything that we can. But thank you very much for your support to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Any other comments? Seeing none. We are scheduled for a closed session, so I need a resolution to resolve into closed session. Bob and Dave, all those in favor? Thank you. Oh, you have to read it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I know I'm going too fast.
And I didn't get the mover and seconder, sorry. Do you
Oh.
remember?
Dave and Bob and Dave. Bob
Thank
and-
you. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So be it resolved that the meeting be closed as authorized in the municipal act pursuant to section 239(2)A. The security of the property of the municipality or local board with respect to presenting information to council on enforcement and investigation systems and processes. And under section 239(2)D, labor relations or employee negotiations with respect to presenting the mentoring services agreement for the position of treasurer.
All right. All those in favor? Thank you. So you can all stay here and for adjournment after, but if not. And thank you Thank you. I need a resolution to reconvene into open session. Bob and Roger, all those in favor? Thank you. And I need a resolution to adjourn. Willie and Dave. Oh, sorry. So, oh. What did, oh, did I skip that? I'm sorry. Okay, I need a resolution to adopt the confirmation bylaw. Dave and Renee. All those in favor? Thank you. Now I need a resolution to adjourn. Jason and Renee. No, I'm just joking. Dean and Renee. All those